I think one of the things that shows up often is actually not a commercial indicator, and it is more of a relationship indicator. It's and more around kind of, is this, a lot of partnership requires this extra investment, and it means that you need to work with people that are nice to work with, if I want to put it that way. If you're struggling to kind of find alignment between how you work together, if it feels very combative, then I would say that's often an indicator that something's misaligned. And sometimes that can just be a case of misaligned expectations, and that can be resolved through different ways of communication. It might actually indicate a more fundamental difference of opinion of what the shared value actually is. So I'd say most of the time, these are things that are hard to evaluate at a objective level, but very often the indicators are, the conversations are more combative. There's a difficulty in sort of getting to the point of agreement on things. And often that'll come in, there's a misalignment in terms of expectation for commitment and investment into that partnership. Does one party feel like they're getting a lot more? Does it feel even? Is it balanced or not? A lot of the time that comes down to misaligned expectations, and trying to, I think, getting to specifics often is the way to understand, is this just something that we're misaligned on, or is it that we have not clearly defined what our success metrics are? And how far apart are those things? Like, have we spoken actual numbers? Does one company expect that what good looks like is 10 new customers, and the other company thinks that what good looks like is 100 new customers? You're likely going to find that down the line, if that was the case and it wasn't defined, which it sounds easy to say that, but at the end of the day, it's actually quite hard sometimes to identify what success looks like for you. And sometimes success can be things that are not measurable very easily, which makes it even harder. Then you've got to really be like playing open communication to try and understand what those things are. And yeah, so understanding kind of like what your goals are together, I think often is the indicator of things are not working if you've got very different expectations as to what good looks like.